But for a draw, we're going to get it a little bit more, let's say, neutral and down. Getting the weight, instead of moving this way, left shoulder going down, and the weight moving forward. Just for you, just bang, get that across there. Your spine's going to be a little bit more in this ballpark. It's going sort of 5 degrees left there. So with your driver, this will work beautifully with that. We'd want it to go off the tee. So there's your short irons, down and left. But for a draw, we're going to get it a little bit more, let's say, neutral and down. But then with your driver, we want to get this thing more this way. So if your draw, would love to see that going about, let's say, 9-degree difference from here to there. And notice as I do that, notice how the lowest point of that circle shifts backwards. Yeah. That now means I'm hitting up and to the right. So not too bad with your irons, you can get away with this. With your driver and your downswing, we'll put on in a sec, but you're basically this way. So your spine's a little bit more tilted this way. Yeah. Not conducive to hitting up on a driver. You would want it to be tilted more that way, so that you can swing a bit more to the right, stay behind it a bit more. We'll get to that in your driver. This is actually okay with your irons. Getting the weight, instead of moving this way, left shoulder going down, and the weight moving forward, I'll be working more, trying to get your left shoulder more across and the weight more into your right heel. Particularly when we get into your driver too, you've got this kind of move in the backswing. Yeah. You started off in here at sort of 76 miles an hour. I reckon if you ramp up your hand speed, so you're moving forward, yeah, when you get this feel going, I reckon you can get a few more miles an hour through, you know, just how you're using. It's not just like the hips, you've got a bit of speed in there with your hands and arms, because that's one way we generate. The guys at the TPI, they call that kind of chop power. It's using your pull strength, your push strength. So we use our legs obviously for speed, but if we just leave these a bit loosey-goosey, we haven't. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
You're going to lose power as well, because essentially your lower body's doing all the work and your upper body's just there for the ride.
Yeah, it's use a bit of that too, and hand speed, and because strong guy. I mean, I'm getting old and slowing down a bit, but I used to be up at sort of 91, 92 club speed with a 7-iron. I'm down about 85 now, a few issues and things, but stronger guy than I am at 76. I reckon you could, not necessarily say that's not the goal of today's session, but that would help increase some of that. And this is very sort of more driver specific. So it's obviously the ball's here, just inside your lead heel. At impact, we've got the goal of trying to have, if we want to hit these nice high draws, this left shoulder slightly behind that ball, head sort of back here a little bit. That also helps with the swing plane when you're a bit more this way versus this way, without me changing my arms or where that club's going. Yeah. So where your spine and your body is really affects, and that's forgetting any things to do with the hands and arms. So I really like that idea you did with your irons. Put this one on here, so you could even get another stick or a club just inside your right heel here with your driver. I like your tilts, good, but then you can get that sense of, like we said, left shoulder over the right toe. You can even put a club there for visual. Just try and get that going. Yep. Don't worry about this down stuff. Just for you, just bang, get that across there. Your spine's going to be a little bit more in this ballpark versus here. That's another drill, just throwing that out there. Getting the tail of the club there, it's tilted right down your spine with this club. Yeah. The tail of the club just slightly to the left of center. That's a slight tilt. Then in the backswing versus. Yeah. But ultimately that spine, you're going to feel a little bit more forward bend and a little bit more rotation. This is the exaggeration versus that. So as a drill, very simply, club along your shoulders, boom, and then you've got a nice little shift towards the target with your lower half, and then a little bit of almost like a little bit of a right side bend, exaggerating again, of course, and then we push and rotate. So in effect, that with maybe a sense of just staying behind it a little bit more, just trying to hit up and to the right. You'll probably see that you'll get your body in those positions. And that's more driver specific. Obviously your 7-iron, you do want to be a little bit more on it. Your wedge, a little bit more on it.
Yep.
Driver.
Want to be back a little bit more.
So there's those little tweaks depending on what we're trying to hit.
Yeah.
And so what we're looking for is just a slight tilt to your spine to start with, maybe a fraction more weight on your right side. And then from there, left shoulder over your right toe, bang. Now what that does, that's got your spine slightly away from the target. Now in the downswing, little bump with your lower half. This stays back as you lower your arms, of course. Little bump, a little bit then of a right side bend, if you will. Right shoulder goes lower, and then you just push and rotate, almost like you're trying to hit up on that thing. And you'll feel like you're back here, versus a little bit bunched up through the impact. Won't use that then. Table tennis? No? That's better with your spine, yeah.
Yeah.
That's better. That's it. Break it down there.
Shoulder over.
Little tilt to your right with your shoulder. It's almost like you're staying behind it. So almost try and stay behind it. What I mean by that, is almost try and keep your nose back over here.
Okay.
So let's say I'm shooting towards the camera there.
Yeah.
So just feel like you're keeping your nose out here somewhere. Do you know what I mean? That will just take, because, and this bump's nice, but you don't want to start going
Like that.
that way. So almost, yeah, to the top. So to the top here, and a bit more weight on your right leg. And then for you, I think just try and stay behind it. Keep your nose down here whilst doing what you did with your irons. That's it. That's it. That's it though.
Okay.
That was lovely. Good effort. First swing. Boom! First swing, sir.
Wow, that felt really, really different. That felt very odd.
Well, look at your swing direction. So we started off 5 degrees left, hitting down slightly. Your very first swing there after a couple of reps, 2 degrees to the right, hitting up,